Hello, good day. Welcome to Decadex family. On August 6, 1945, the American forces attacked Hiroshima with an atomic bomb. Not only Hiroshima, but the whole of Japan turned people's lives upside down in this deadly attack. What kind of experience was it, and how did some people survive? Today we are talking about many such things in this video. Stay till the last second of this video. The bombs that exploded in Hiroshima were very powerful. Almost all the people who were about 4 kilometers away from the place of the explosion died. The buildings were completely destroyed. At this time, Japanese university students were helping the Japanese army build new military bases. 17-year-old Chisako Tokoka is one of them. On August 6, 1945, she was in Hiroshima. She had slept a little more than usual. When she woke up around 8 in the morning and was trying to arrange some food, she saw a big light from the window that made her eyes turn blue. The next moment, she lost consciousness. After a while, she came to her senses. When she awkwardly looked around, the whole of Hiroshima was burning. The sky was clouded with smoke and the sunlight was blocked, and the space was littered with dust and debris. There was a huge cloud of smoke in the sky above Hiroshima. Chisako's skin felt a great pain. Her skin was burning. She felt as though she was being skinned alive. She was about 4 kilometers away from the place of the explosion. The little boy atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima contained an explosive force of approximately 15 kilotons of TNT. The resulting heat wave spreads over an area of about 9 square kilometers. Inside, everyone's skin was completely burnt and blistered. Not only that, because of this brightness, the retinas of many eyes were destroyed. The damage to some people's eyes healed with time, but the eyes of the elderly and those with eye problems were permanently blinded. Fortunately for Chisako, she regained her appearance. Bearing her injuries, she returned home and began walking the streets of Hiroshima. She walked this way to find herself. She saw many dead bodies lying in the nearby river. Meanwhile, it started raining. The rainwater that fell in this way was black in color with ash and was very hot. On this day, the bodies of those who saved their lives from the bombing were covered with toxic ash. Therefore, in the future, a significant number of them died due to lung diseases. As these fell on the wounds became worse. Chisako came to her mother's place of work in search of her mother and started touching the dead bodies there. At this time, purple blisters appeared on her hand and disappeared at once. Later, when Chisako gave birth to a child, similar purple blisters appeared on his body and the child died within 17 days. As the reason for this, the doctors found that she was exposed to radiation while searching for her mother. It could have affected her child. Now let's see what happened to those who were close to 2 kilometers from the place of the explosion. Tsutomu Yamaguchi came to Hiroshima in early August 1945 on business. He was in Hiroshima on August 6th. In fact, his plan was to return home on August 7th after completing his work. That morning, he heard the sound of the atomic bombing plane while walking down the street of Hiroshima. After that, in an instant, he saw a loud explosion and a bright light. When he regained consciousness, he was in a large potato field. Suddenly, he could not imagine how he got there. His life was saved by falling there. In the next moment, he realized that there was a great silence. At the same time, he felt blood pouring from his ear. The blast waves had blown both his eardrums. This situation had happened to about 70,000 other people in the city. He was near a railway station. Many people had died there too, and the roads were broken. Fortunately for Yamaguchi, some of the railway lines were not broken and the injured people were sent to other cities for further treatment along the undamaged engines and boxes. Yamaguchi received this opportunity. Eardrum was injured, but not too badly. He immediately went to his home, got some minor treatment, and went to work the next day, and told his boss that he had been hit by the Hiroshima bomb, but he did not take it into account. In the meantime, outside their office window, a dazzling light spread out. This day is August 1st, from Nagasaki. On this day, American forces once again dropped an atomic bomb on Japan. This time the target was Nagasaki, bomb named Patman, strength 21 kilotons of TNT. Due to the mountainous location of Nagasaki, the damage caused by this was not as great as Hiroshima. But now a destruction similar to Hiroshima happened here. Yamaguchi was unlucky enough to be within 2 kilometers of both explosions. He had severe burns on the exposed parts of his skin. His whole body was copper-colored. This condition is called nuclear tan. The skin of a person who has been subjected to this kind of condition may burst and bleed. Take when too much ultraviolet rays fall on the human body, the connections between its cells are broken. Due to this, they no longer stick to each other. This is the reason why some people had no injuries in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings. Those who were lucky enough to survive these attacks had to suffer for weeks because of this. Some of them died later due to internal bleeding. Some people didn't even know that this kind of internal bleeding is happening in their body. Because of this, some people suddenly died. This situation could have been prevented by providing the necessary treatment very quickly. Yamaguchi was lucky enough to receive timely treatment. He finally died after living to be 93 years old. But he had to bear great pain in some places because of the burnt places on his skin. Now let's see how this would not affect someone who was less than 0.6 km away from the center of the explosion. 80% of those who were at this stage died within a very short time. The survivors were also seriously injured. The DNA arrangement of the chromosomes in some of these people's cells had also changed. Those who were blessed to live in this situation faced a lot of problems in having children later on. There was a lot of cancer among them. Also, they had different physical and mental problems compared to other children. A significant number of survivors and their families died of cancer. Now let's look at what happened to those who were 300 meters close to the bomb. 98% of those who were so close died on the spot. Some of them died due to complete evaporation of body fluids due to extreme heat. Most of the rest succumbed to various diseases and died soon. Due to these two bombs, Japan's overall life expectancy was also affected. The value of property damage caused due to this is unfathomable. Due to this, the Japanese government had to use some of the money for the development projects of the country for the welfare of its citizens. Overcoming all these challenges, Japan's eventual development is something to be admired. Have a nice day.